to episode 408 of the Super Ultra Podcast Arcade for March 4th, 2023. I'm one of your hosts, Daniel Nicholson, and with me is my co-host, Dominic Stallworth. What's going on this week, Dominic?
Not much, man. It's been a cool week. It's been a wet. Seems like it's been a wet weekend. It's wet yesterday.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, as we get closer to the rainy season, you know. That's what they call it over in the Japan and stuff. I know in video games they always say the rainy season, or because they never call it like summer, spring, or whatever. But man, we're in March, man. This is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we are in March, and it's so sad. That's like, for me, I'm just counting the days until it's gonna get hot and uncomfortable for me. Like, I'm just like think like, oh my God, we're in March. That means it's gonna get warmer.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna hate this. I'm gonna hate this shit. When it gets to like May and shit, it's not really much for me to talking sports. I really had nothing really say. I mean, stuff happens, but I wasn't really paying attention to anything.
Mm-hmm.
I know I've been watching the XFL. I know my team is 2-0. The DC. I'm about to say DC United. The DC Defenders. The DC Defenders.
Where were the DC Defenders on January 6th, Dominic? That's all I want.
I don't know. They were. Yeah. The XFL. You remember they were done. That's what happened.
That's what happened. They defunded the XFL, Dominic. We got to refund the XFL.
So yeah, I'm trying to think, like baseball. You know, they're going through spring training. They're people trying to get used to the new rules. Both the fans and the players. Some people don't like it. I like it because games can go faster and I can enjoy it. You know,
yeah. I keep seeing clips on Twitter of people complaining about like, oh my God, they called him out because he took too long to get in batting stance or whatever. And I'm like, hell yeah, let's speed this up.
It's like you got 15 seconds, Joe. Like, what the fuck you gotta do?
No, Dominic, it takes like 30 seconds for me just to adjust my cup, and then I gotta bring the bat up. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, you know what? My mic is too loud. I think it's because of Skype. Hold on.
Coming in hot with the auto adjust.
Where are we at? Okay, so any big wrestling news?
Not particularly. I mean, the AEW pay-per-view is this weekend. I'm honestly not sure if it's tonight or tomorrow on Sunday. I want to say it's Saturday, probably, just because I don't know that there's any other big event that it would be up against.
The XFL, Daniel.
I mean, maybe. Revolution. March 5th. So, yeah, it is tomorrow night, which sucks because that thing's going to go on until probably midnight, and then people got to go to work in the morning. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm not super excited about the show. I haven't really been following AEW as closely as I was at one point, but I'm sure it'll be a good show. Like, they're going to have Bryan Danielson rather, versus MJF for the world title in a 60-minute Iron Man match. So that alone is going to take up, at least a quarter of the show. So, it's going to go on late. So yeah, that's kind of where I am with it right now. There's nothing on the card that sticks out to me particularly as like something I'm super excited about, but I know it's going to be a solid show. WWE is kind of the same. I'm not really following it very closely, just kind of checking out the stuff that comes out of the shows on Reddit right now in the build up to WrestleMania. I'm excited to watch WrestleMania, but I'm not really watching the week-to-week stuff much anymore.
Okay. So I guess we get to what we've been watching. So what have you been watching?
So I
haven't watched anything.
Nothing from you, mostly.
Oh, well, South Park,
okay.
But I mean, it was good. But I'll wait till you see it and we talk about it.
Okay. Yeah. The Last of Us, this episode was based kind of around the Left Behind DLC where Ellie and her friend are kind of doing their thing. And this was another solid episode. Like, I really don't have much to say or criticize about it because it's a really solid show, and I think the storytelling is very good. The acting is very well represented. But like the story is so well known, like it's not really much to deep dive on. And you know, since you aren't really watching it, I don't really want to have like a dialogue about it. Mandalorian season 3 started this week. So the first episode that came out, I watched that. That was a really good episode. I don't want to say really good. It was a good episode. Like it's The Mandalorian, still really solid. They didn't really do much outside of kind of set up what the mission is going to be for this season, which is, you know, if you've watched, I think Book of Boba Fett is mostly where this stuff happened. If you watch that, you know, he was exiled, I guess, from the Death Watch, the Mandalorians, because he had removed his helmet in front of people. So he is going to be trying to go to Mandalore to bathe in the waters of the mines or whatever is happening there. So basically, it seems
what does that
like
mean?
Sorry, go ahead.
Like, so him bathing, he can get back with that group?
Yeah, like you have to go in the waters of the mines of Mandalore or something to be reinstated.
I was hoping that he'll realize they are weirdos and he'll just be like the other Mandalorians, like that woman Mandalorian.
Yeah, I mean, he might. You know, we did see her in this episode, but she seemed kind of downtrodden and whatnot because she, of course, did not get the dark saber in the last season, so she's not the leader of the Mandalorians right now, and she's really upset about that, I guess. Yeah, I wonder if that's going to end up being the story of this. I mean, I really wonder just what Mandalore is going to look like. You know, there were some hints in this episode that there could be some life or some sort of situation happening on Mandalore right now, and it's not just an glassed over planet like everybody seems to imply, you know, after the I guess it's the Empire that bombed them or whatever it was. It's more Mandalorian. It's good stuff, but really it just feels like they're setting up kind of what this season is going to be. There wasn't any like particularly. There's an action scene at the beginning of the episode that's pretty good with a lot of Mandalorians fighting kind of this water beast. That was neat, but yeah, just kind of going along, Dominic. There's nothing like super interesting going on with any of the stuff that I'm watching, but it's, you know, really just solid television, I guess.
Yeah. All right. So what we got here? So I guess we get to video games.
Yeah.
What we've been playing. So
I can continue just because I didn't play much.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
And then that way we can get into all the stuff you tried. Yeah, Metroid Prime, still trucking along in that. I did have some trouble in this last kind of set of sessions because it felt like this one area, I feel like I'm deeper into the game now. I'm kind of in like this crashed spaceship situation. It felt like the save points were maybe a little too far between each other because I died like 3 times, which doesn't sound like a thing that you should really be doing in this game much. You know, everybody kind of talks about how the exploration is the stuff to this game, and the combat is just kind of there, and for the most part with the lock on, it makes it super easy. But I did struggle a little bit. And having to play those same 3 sections again, having to make sure I collect the same things that I had collected, like the missile tanks and stuff all over again, it felt kind of like a chore. So I don't know if I just missed the save point that I should have been hitting. I did find that in one of the previous times that I died, that I had just missed the save point that was very close to like the boss or whatever that I was fighting. And I was like, the second time through, I noticed that and I corrected. But this one, like, went through the same section 3 times and I did not notice any other things that I could have been missing. That was the lead up to the power bombs. So if people are familiar with that game, they kind of know what I'm talking about. But that's kind of been my only objection to this game. Otherwise, it's still been just fantastic. It's really good. Surprise, surprise. So,
yeah.
What have you been playing, Downey?
All right, so I finished Persona 5 Royale. I finally finished it, and
Nice.
yeah, it was a good ending. The ending's kind of similar to what the original game was, also mixed in with some changes. So I don't remember like exactly what's told. I mean, I know some things are totally different only because I see different new characters.
Right.
But the overall, the last mission was that was good. Like I like it was well done, and it was sort of sad too. But yeah, the game overall, man, that was a great JRPG. Is one of the probably the best out there, and some people think this is the best Persona. And after I played some of Persona 3, the portable, the one that's on Xbox now, and other consoles, that I can see why some people think Persona 5 is better, because I didn't realize how Persona 3 looked. I didn't realize what it looked like. It's closer to I can say it's closer, but it has elements of what Danganronpa was, like a visual novel. It has elements of a visual novel.
Yeah.
And then I don't really like doing anything besides a dungeon. You don't really control your character. You kind of just kind of like a Danganronpa is, where you just move like
like scenes or locations kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the word. Yeah, I mean it's like that, but it's the cursor. Yeah, you move like a cursor.
Oh wow.
Around, okay. And you pick stuff and then you interact with it, and like you don't really see yourself, and like to talk to people
like
or to interact with the item.
Phoenix Wright then, like that style thing.
I guess you can say that too. Okay. Yeah, you can say that too. But you're in like an isometric view. Well, actually, it all depends. Actually, it all depends on location. Sometimes you're in an isometric view. Sometimes you're not. Sometimes you're in like a Phoenix Wright kind of look, or a Danganronpa kind of thing. But when you get to the dungeon, when I first did my first dungeon, you do see yourself and your two other characters is with you, and you're in an isometric view from top, and it's more polygonal than a cartoon than what a Persona is. Persona 5 is. So then you go into battles, and it's turn based and everything like that. It's different from what Persona 5 is. Persona 5 is definitely better than this one. I mean, as it should be, and but I recognize like how to do the battles just because I played Persona 5. I can see like the improvements that they have done, and also you can't save almost anywhere like Persona 5, so that sucks because I had to go to a save point, and I was like, damn. I said, well, this is gonna suck. Like I gotta get, so like if I wanted to stop or something, I can't. And now in Persona 5, in the dungeon there are save points you have to get to. You can't save anywhere, but when you're outside, you can just save anywhere. And technically, you can do a quick save, so it's not totally bad. You can do a quick save, but the quick save is ones that it takes you out the game, and so that when you come back, you can go back.
Yeah, save and quit situation.
So it's not really what I like. Oh yeah, save and quick. Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant. But it's not really alike, but it's better than nothing. But yeah, the story is pretty good. It's different though. I mean, the Persona stuff is the same, and this is still when they were still shooting guns in their head, so that's fucking weird. Yeah. But like the whole situation is not. It's different. It's like there's a like when it gets midnight, they call it the dark hour, and this time somehow time is slowed down. I guess maybe for an hour or something, where nobody else notices this, but only Persona users. Like it's another world and these creatures that causes problems to, I guess, people's minds, and you are there to stop them, basically. I'm still learning more about this, like why is this a thing or whatever, or how did they even know I was a Persona user? Like I'm still in the dark on that, but that's definitely not how Persona 5 was. Like that wasn't no thing. Yeah. So that's what I'm wondering is like, what is the connection between that and Persona 5? If there isn't even a connection, maybe there isn't. Maybe there are connections. I have no idea. I thought they were, but maybe it's just like the same elements, but it's just different. How things are done. But yeah, I'm gonna be playing this game. I mean, I'm still it seems still interesting to play just based on the story, just to see where it goes. It still follows the formula of like days passing and you can do limited stuff per day. Like maybe you want to do something different. Now I'm at the very beginning, so I'm not really able to do much. Like everything's pretty much linear, like, cause until I guess later on in the game, then you get to the point where you can start doing multiple things and choosing what you want to do on that day. So yeah, I'll be talking about the game in the future. I play some more Hogwarts Legacy. And that game, it just does not run that well on my PC, so I'm gonna have to stop because it's just too slow. Maybe I did try to do the NVIDIA like just to optimize it, but I don't know how's that doing. Doesn't seem like it's working, but you know what? I think I had that problem one time in another game, and then eventually it got a whole lot better. So maybe I'll try it again. But for what I played though, I mean the game is good. I mean it's like I like how you're able to just explore throughout the castle. And I was doing a side mission or something about like trying to find out why these paintings were missing and trying to find like while one of them was missing, I'm thinking there's more than one, like, because the way they talk was like, hey, there could be other ones around. That's something I could be doing. Mm-hmm. And one time it looks good. Like this is like it seemed like a really well done game. I haven't done any action right now. I'm just more exploring, but the whole mystery behind what's going on, with the dark, that elf, goblin or whatever and stuff, that's really interesting. The voice acting was pretty good, and you see, I met a Weasley. Like there's a Weasley who's a teacher. There's also a Weasley who's a student, also because I'm in Gryffindor. Mm-hmm. I met him, so it was like, oh, I'm meeting the past Weasleys, and they all just redheads, and pale, and they can't go out to the sun. So yeah, it's that was pretty cool. But yeah, unfortunately though, so I get a better PC, or if they make it so that it's on NVIDIA GeForce Now or some kind of streaming service where I can just play it, then I can play it. But until then, I can't. Atomic Heart, I played a little bit of that. I still haven't got to a part of action. I'm still at the very beginning stages where it's like trying to form the world, and it seems like, I don't know what country I'm in, but it seems like it's really heavy influenced of Russia. Mm-hmm. It seems like the Soviet Union kind of influence there, but you see all this kind of futuristic stuff that the future, if it was happening in 1950 or something like that, like these robots and these the robots, and they said it talked about how soon you won't be able to distinguish between humans and robots, and you're like, I don't know if I want that, and I was like, yeah, I don't want that shit. No, I don't want that. The world seems great, but it's not enough for me to judge this game because I haven't shot anything yet, so I'm still at the very beginning stages of that because of time and me playing these other games. So I'm trying to get to a point where what game I'm going to stick with. Mm. I played some Monkey Island. I think I'm going to stick with that. I'm still on the very beginning of You on the Island, but I got past the beginning when like you're playing as the kid. It looks like the kid version of him and LeChuck. Okay. But then it's like his son. So you get to a point you find like it's his son. So I was confused. I was like, wait a minute. So he has a son, but I guess, and he's like telling a story to him, and then that's how the game officially starts. And I'm just going through it's funny. The dialogue is funny and it's cool. It's some cool callbacks to the previous games. So yeah, it's I'm gonna stick around probably to finish that game definitely off. I played some Ghost Recon Wildlands 2 with my friend and one of his buddies from work. So we were doing some missions on that, having a good time. Like one time, well, it was just me and my friend at the time. It was one of those stealth missions that just seemed like, oh crap, man, this is going to probably be hard. But we got through it. It actually was a lot easier than I thought. And like I had I was like sniping a couple guys to help and make it easier for him to get in and to plant some he had to plant some devices in there or something like that. I think another time we did a stealth and it was pretty easy too. And the other guy who was with us, he was sniping and my friend was in there and I was just doing nothing. Basically. But nah, it was fun. It's fun playing with them. Because there was one point where they were on the ground. I was in a helicopter just kind of shooting the guys around them. Or like somebody will be sniping and then we'll just go in and start killing guys. And yeah, it was cool like how we just teaming up. Not really like saying what we're going to do. I mean, one person say like, hey, I'm going to do this. And then you just like, okay, I'm just going to go in. And, or like somebody just go commando. Like I say, I'm going to go in. Cause if I die, don't worry about me. Cause as long as you're still alive, you can still complete it. Cause then I'll just respawn. Or if you can get to me or I can get to them, like you try to revive them. But Ghost Recon, it's pretty fun. Cause we played some of Ghost Recon together. Multiplayer. I mean, it's cool. Even though I still wish they would just replace the characters that are not human with the computer guys to definitely make it a whole lot easier. But that was it was fun playing that again. And well, unfortunately, is that most of the missions he's done is things I've already done because they even say he's like, hey, you want to replay this? I was like, oh, okay. So, but I don't pay attention to the story much anyway, so it doesn't matter. I guess that is it for me for what I'm playing. So I guess we'll take a quick break, and when we get back, we'll get to the flashback segment.
All right.
And we're back. And now we're flashbacking to March. We got a whole new month here. Actually going to say some games that came out this week in March because there wasn't that many. And we can go right into the covers that we do every month of what video games had for that month 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and even 30 years ago now. So, what we're going to start off with 10 years ago, 2013, and Castlevania Lords of Shadow Mirror of Fate for the 3DS came out. This was the counterpart to, Castlevania 2 that came on consoles?
Yeah, I think so.
I want to say, because I think it wasn't Castlevania 1, I don't think.
No.
Because the Castlevania 2, Lords of Shadow came out, and when did Lords of Shadow come out? Did it come out the last year or the previous year, or it came out after this? I thought this came out. For some reason I thought they came at the same time, or at least close.
Yeah, I don't remember. Let's see if they got that information in here. Let's see. First one came out in 2010. Where's the second?
It was a direct sequel to. Maybe this is in between.
2014 is when 2 came out.
Okay, so this is in between. Yeah, this is in between 2 and 1. So it's actually a direct sequel to it.
I don't know that I ever realized that because I played this one on the PC like years later, but I never played either of the 3D games, the Lords of Shadow.
I didn't know that either. I did not know it was a direct sequel. So are you Dracula in this one? Or
no, you
Dracula?
Play as what is that dude's name?
Gabriel Belmont.
Yeah,
that was the prior
right.
one. But this is prologue. Prior to the events of the previous game, Gabriel Belmont makes love to his wife Marie before accompanying 4 Order Knights on a mission to slay Lycan. Why did I have to say that? Why did they tell me he was making love to his wife?
It's very important, Dominic. It's about to tell you why. Keep reading.
Oh, because Marie gives birth.
Yeah.
I mean, they can just say that. I mean, I think we all just can assume that, that's how it works.
No, I mean, Immaculate Conception, Dominic. There are many ways to have a child.
Gives birth while surrounded by Pan and the heads of Order. She names the baby Trevor before the Order takes him away.
Oh, man. Trevor Belmont.
An untold period of time later, Simon Belmont, Trevor's son, witnesses his mother's murder at the hands of Dracula's forces.
Jesus.
And blah. So there you go. All right. I mean, it's more to that story. I'm not gonna read all that. But the game, it was okay. I mean, it got a 72 on 3DS. It later came on the 360 and the PS3.
Yeah,
and
PC
you said you
too.
played on PC.
Yeah.
And yeah, that came even later.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, I mean, I heard it was okay. I mean, I remember hearing things about it. Like, it wasn't great, but it was all right. Which I think that's what turned out to be 2 was. It turned out to be just okay. It's not as good as the first one. Even the first one was good. Like, the first one was good, and the other one was just okay.
Yeah. The first one had that Kojima story, Dominic.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess the second one didn't. But so you said you played this one, right? So did you beat this one?
Yeah, I think I did. I think it was actually when we were recording the podcast too. Like, that's how recent it was. Yeah, it was a game that, like, initially when I first saw it on the 3DS, I was kind of like, it doesn't look that great. It's doing the whole, like, 2.5D thing where it's a 3D game, or it's a 2D game rendered in 3 dimensions. And they do switch into, like, a different point of view from time to time. But for the most part, it was just a pretty solid Castlevania game. I thought it was all right. And they do use some of the, like, 3D stuff. Or the third dimension stuff. I shouldn't say the 3D stuff because it was a 3DS game, but I didn't play it in 3D. Like the changing of the dimension kind of thing, perspective thing, and in some interesting ways, I feel like during like the boss fights or something like that. But yeah, it was fine.
All right. So let's get here. We got Major League Baseball 2K13 came out for everything. So this is when baseball was still on. Well, it was only on 2 companies, and this is still the only one that was on Xbox.
Yeah.
2K. Was this the last one? Is this the
last one? The last one, yep.
Yep. So this is the last one. 2K13 was the last baseball game to be made by the 2K Sports, and on the front was David Price, who was a great pitcher. He was a great pitcher for the Rays. Then he went from the Rays to the Red Sox, and I was mad. And he has won a World Series with them. I was mad about that too. Because I don't like the Red Sox. Though I like David Price. He's good, but I was like, oh man, why do you had to go to like one of the other teams or something like that? You couldn't go somewhere else. And then he ended up on the Dodgers. And I guess technically he did win the World Series in COVID, even though he didn't play in that year when they won. So no, that was a Mickey Mouse ring. So he never won. He never won with the Dodgers.
Still counts.
No, it don't. I don't care what they say. But yeah, but he's a great pitcher. And I don't think he's still playing now. If he is, last time I seen him, he was a relief pitcher. He wasn't starting anymore. But he was excellent. Well, he was, man. He was awesome. Oh, he was on Detroit also.
Oh.
That's because it was him, Verlander, and Scherzer.
Oh wow.
Like that was a beast.
Yeah.
And we beat them. And the Orioles beat them. So we went through and we swept them. We beat all 3 of them. Dude, I was like, okay, we could win at least 2 of these 2 games against them. I thought we were good. I couldn't believe we just went and swept them. I was like, what? Jesus. And then we went and got swept by the damn Royals. That's what pissed me off. I was like, how you going to go through that shit? And then you're going to get swept by the Warriors. Like, you didn't even go to, like, 5 games, man. You let the Royals just sweep your asses. Pissed me off. All right. Also, MLB 2K13, the show, is up here. I had this game. This is with Andrew McCutcheon on the front. And last time I saw him, he was on Phillies. I don't know what team he's on now. But this is when he was on Pittsburgh. And did he ever win MVP? I'm not sure. But he was up there. I know he probably was like voted probably for it, but I don't know if he ever won. But he was a great center fielder. But what was the big thing with this? Okay, they had a PS Move stuff in here, but I don't know if that was the first time they had that. I'm trying to think. What was the features they had? They had cross-platform online home run derby. I guess with the PlayStation 2. Because I'm thinking like, what other platform they talk? Oh, the PS Vita.
Yeah,
I guess
Vita.
I forgot. The show allows players to play along with real life MLB schedule with updated stats, losses, and commentary. Oh, that's the first time they did that? Yeah, that's a normal thing now. Online leagues overhaul, ability to play real schedule of 30 MLB teams, and ability to control pace of league. Roll to the show. Roll to the show online leaderboards and challenge of the week real time leaderboard. Okay, so yeah, they had some new features in there. Things now I take for granted. And hopefully they don't madden us and take things away and then act like it's a new one and bring it back. Oh yeah, we got this back.
Yes, but now it's the next gen version, Dominic.
Yeah. All right, what we have here: Sim City for the Windows. This is like the new Sim City. They didn't even call it like 5. They just said, yeah, we just changing it. Like the new rebrand of it. And did people like it, Daniel?
I don't think so.
No,
I
they
think
did
this
not.
is the one that got overshadowed by the other city builder eventually.
Yeah, that's right. City Skylines.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think this people realize like, oh, City Skylines. Well, at least one of the City Skylines, because there was a lot of them. There were a lot of cities games. It was great, and SimCity that's supposed to be like the pinnacle. That's supposed to be the shit, and they were like, nope. You're not as good as that. This got a 64 on Metacritic. Yeah, and there's some bad scores. It got 4 out of 10 on Destructoid, Eurogamer. Game Informer get a 6.5. The high score I see is Game Trails. They gave it an 8. So they took the money. And well, hell, Giant Bomb gave it a 3 out of 5. That's actually not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody who did that one, Daniel? Who reviewed that game?
I'm trying to think who would review that. Maybe Brad or Alex. Let's see.
IGN gave it a 7. Like even Joystick gave it a 2.5.
Yeah, Alex reviewed it because he's the guy that likes Civ a lot. So I guess I could see it.
He should have higher standards.
He should.
But yeah, because I was excited for this. Because I was like, yeah, these are the guys, and like SimCity is it. Like, because I always looked at cities as like bootleg, honestly.
Yeah,
because I didn't really know them.
Absolutely.
So when I saw this sucked, I was like, damn, that's horrible. Yeah, and I didn't get it because I was going to get it. Like I was going to get Spore, and then this, and then that's when I learned like, yo, the Sim stuff, man, they're just not. Just different now. But then again, that guy's gone. Will Wright, that's his name, right?
Yep.
Been gone for years. Not saying that it would have been better if he was there, but I don't know. I think things went probably a little more corporate. All right. So I hear, the big one that came out 10 years ago, Tomb Raider. This is the reimagining of Tomb Raider. Yeah. The third probably reimagining, right? Because there was that Angel of Darkness stuff, which I think that was considered reimagining. So like this is huge. Like this game coming out. I mean, we always saw the previews and how good the game looked. People really compare it to what's his name? What's the game called?
Nathan Drake, Uncharted.
This
Uncharted, is Lady Dude Raider.
Exactly. Lady Dude. Yeah, so we was wondering like, hey, is it gonna be as good as Uncharted is? And then I realized like gameplay wise, it was better than Uncharted. Like I enjoyed the like Uncharted had some nice climbing and everything into it. Like especially 2.
Yeah.
2 was the best, everything, and the gunplay was good enough. It was
adequate.
Good.
Yeah.
But this really delved more into it. The climbing and the stealth with and also the action.
Mm-hmm.
Now story that could be argued, like who's better. I mean, I would say Uncharted. I like Uncharted story better, except for when it gets. Well, it's not really the story. It's really the game when it gets to the weird stuff in the end. Like I think,
it always goes supernatural someplace.
Yeah, I hate when it does that. But like Tomb Raider story, well, it was good enough. It was good for what it was. But the gameplay, I believe, was better. Like going through the tombs. I enjoyed that. They really go more into it in the second one. more than anything. And I think that's even looked upon as probably the best between all three of them. It's the second one. But the first one started off, and like I was excited. Like when I played this game on PC, I was shocked because I honestly thought like it's gonna be just it's not gonna be as good as Uncharted. Like I'm just going when I play this, I'm gonna think like, nah, I'd rather play Uncharted. But then I realized I was surprised. I was like, wow, I actually like this more than Uncharted. I was like, man, this game is really good. It looks really good. And those dogs scared me. I mean, the wolves scared the shit out of me when they was jumping out the grass. And I hate that camera view when they were like it was night and then you had to watch out. You had to hurry up and shoot your bow and they're coming. Scared the hell out of me. But yeah, the game. Yeah, I do want to play this again. I do want to play again. Well, I do want to play the third one also. Really, I probably just play that one because I still have not played that one. Even though I do got it free, probably on everything now. I think I got it free everywhere.
Pretty much,
on PC,
Epic Store,
Xbox,
Steam,
and
Xbox,
and PlayStation.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Switch got it on there.
Is Tomb Raider on the Switch?
No, it's not on there.
Oh, okay. What you think? Like, because you played this too.
Yeah,
did you beat it?
I did not beat it. I don't think. I thought it was fantastic, especially because I had really grown to really like the Tomb Raider series with the Anniversary and the other one that followed that when they had kind of did that reimagining / revisiting of the early games.
What about the Underworld?
Yeah, Underworld. Yep. Yeah, those two games. I really like those. I was just thinking about those games like. I was looking up to see when they released because it feels like we haven't talked about those yet. But I guess it was like right in that area before we started
it was
doing the
2006
flashback stuff. Yeah.
Like production started in 2006 and then I think 2008 that one might have came out or Anniversary came out in 2007. It was something. Yeah, it's like early 2000. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, this game, it's like you said, kind of, it moved in that direction of what we were seeing with Uncharted with like a really polished game. And yeah, the combat was definitely improved over Uncharted. Uncharted always kind of struggled with its gunplay, and by the end of it, like I wasn't even really engaging with that stuff. I would just turn on auto aim, pop out of cover, bop, bop, just to get to the next kind of puzzly, action set piece kind of thing. With Uncharted, with Tomb Raider, yeah, it was more about actually like doing the thing instead of just kind of being a part of what was happening going around, and then actually adding the tombs. There was a little bit of that in this first one, but yeah, having it really kicked up a notch in the second one was really where they won there.
All right. So that is it for 2013. Now we're going back 20 years, 2003. And we're going to leave it off at that because it was really nothing this week for 30 years ago. Yeah. We got Tenchu, Wrath of Heaven, which is the third Tenchu game in the series. And it was the first, I believe the first one on PlayStation 2. Because I think the first two was on PlayStation. I don't remember there being the second one on PlayStation, but yeah, this was third entry. Tenchu was always looked upon as like a great stealth ninja game. Mm-hmm. Like people loved it. I didn't because I was into stealth. Like I just want to I want to do ninja, not in the like I want to do ninja like Ninja Turtles, where it's not really a whole lot of sneaking around. You just go and fight, but this was looked upon. I mean, I saw some mixed up, but it's mostly people liked it. They thought it was pretty good. I mean, you got from like good to like some people saying it's the best ninja game ever. So you do have like differences in opinions as far as that scope. But yeah, Tenchu. I mean, I always like heard about Tenchu between Tenchu, Ninja Gaiden, or sometimes like Metal Gear or something, just because Metal Gear was Japanese, even though, Yeah. But like those were like some great stealth games. And it was another game. Shinobi. But Shinobi turned out to be not what I really thought. It's more action than anything. And so was Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden was turned to be like it was more action, and just like Shinobi and Ninja Gaiden, they were just difficult. While Tenchu, it really you had to be stealth. Like it wasn't you can just go in and just kill them. Like the stealth was the big part of the game. That's why there really wasn't many games that was really like it. Tell you the truth.
Yeah, no.
There were games that were close. Yeah, there wasn't really any games that was really like it. Yeah. So, and I don't know. I think this probably was I don't know if there was any good Tenchu games after this one. I don't remember hearing any. Cause I don't
didn't
know.
they do that like weird cell shaded one or something like that at some point?
They did one Tenchu Z that came on Xbox 360.
Yeah.
I don't know if that got rated good though. I don't remember hearing much about that one.
It's kind of weird, like revisiting as we go back through these things. And
that got like a 5.2.
You know, a series that we like have reverence for, like remember as being big things at the time, just like their slow like destruction later on in these consoles. It's so weird.
Yeah. Oh, there was a Tenchu on DDS, Tenchu DS.
Oh boy.
But it doesn't stand for DS, Daniel, like dual screen. It stands for Dark Secret.
No, I was gonna say it's gonna be like Deadly Shadows or something.
37% on Metacritic.
That's rough, real rough.
Tenchu Fatal Shadows. What is that? That's a PlayStation 2 one. I think that came after though. There's
Tenchu Shadow Assassins that came out on the Wii and the PlayStation Portable. That is a collection of consoles right there, Dominic. Jesus.
Oh yeah, Fatal Shadows come on next year.
Oh, there's a new one coming out.
Next year.
The next year. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
I thought you meant in 2024. I was like, wait a second.
All right. So that is it for the Flash. Oh, no, it's not it. But that is it as far as games. Now we're going to video game covers. As we do every month, we talk about the video game covers that came out in that respected year, the respected time. So I have to go back because I messed up here and I am not on the Super page.
Jesus, it is windy outside. Sorry, I just heard my house cracking.
You got your kite out there, man? You got your kite ready?
It might be time for kites. Jesus.
I mean, it's March.
Carry me away.
It's the windy one. Yeah. Kites and four-leaf clovers and leprechauns and stuff like that.
Are those associated? Okay.
All right. So here we go. We start on with Xbox Magazine 10 years ago. They had Splinter Cell Blacklist on the front.
Yeah.
Was this the second one on?
I think that's the second one, right? That was after he was like normal guy with a book bag, and then he finally was like an agent again, I guess.
Not second. I'm sorry. I'm thinking because I always felt like what was the one where he was arrested?
Conviction, right?
Yeah, conviction. Okay.
So is this the one after Conviction?
But I'm saying, no, the one he's in front of this cover. The cover is like he's in jail.
Oh shit! What is that one called? Double Agent?
Because I always associated those as still part of the old one.
Right.
I mean, like because they can't like if it always felt like it was still the sequel to like the old ones that was on the original Xbox and.
Yeah, because there was Splinter Cell, Pandora Tomorrow, Chaos Theory, and then it was Double Agent, and then Conviction Blacklist, maybe. I feel like I might be
so
missing
Conviction
one
was the first one. So this is like the second one of the kind of new, even though it's technically a sequel to those, but I always kind of separated Conviction and that because they had the one with the titles. The titles like each section was on the walls of some kind of building or something where you go walking around.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But yeah, so Blacklist is the one I didn't. Well, wait a minute. Was it? No, this is the one I actually beat, right? And then was it the Conviction one I didn't beat? I thought I beat one of these. I forget which one it was. I want to say it was this one though. But because I think it was this one, because I went hard and I was like, I'm not going to do any stealth, and I didn't. I just went through and just shot everybody.
Yeah.
But people excited. I mean, shucks, we did not get a Splinter Cell at all last generation.
It's hard to believe that this is the last Splinter Cell game that came out, like official thing.
Yeah, that is crazy. I thought Ubisoft would have something. Darn.
I don't know. Maybe their sales
he was
just
in
weren't good.
I guess in Wildlands. He was in Wildlands, Daniel. So that's where you got to play.
True. There you go. Yeah, I just talked about it, but like these series that seem like very large moments in gaming, like the original Splinter Cell felt like kind of a sea change almost. And then just like the slow degradation of it, even though Chaos Theory is probably like the best game in the series, but then like Double Agent came out and that was questionable. I mean, just looking at the reviews.
Yeah, I always
here.
heard people question about that. Yeah.
And then Conviction, they tried something different and new, but like for me, it was like the story stuff where it's like you're killing his daughter, but then like I think in Blacklist you find out like she's not dead or something. It was, or maybe that's what they were teasing for this new game. I don't know. It felt super weird and it felt kind of out of character for Sam Fisher almost, like what they were doing with his stories. I don't know.
I was getting, because I got his story confused with Max Payne.
Yeah.
At that point. Because because they said like, oh, he's like on the edge, his daughter's dead. Like his daughter died in Double Agent. That wasn't the one he cut his...
that might have been Double Agent, right?
Yeah. And that's why I got confused with Max Payne when the guy had a haircut and stuff. I was like, oh yeah, his family died. And I was like, wait a minute, that's Splinter Cell. So what the hell? What is it? What?
So he's not just living out the plot of Man on Fire. Got it. That's Max Payne.
All right, so what else they got up here? They got DMC, Devil May Cry, the good one. And it's a new Final Fantasy, Lightning Returns for a new adventure. Let's look behind Sam's head here. And like Lightning, is this going to be the second one or the third one? I was going
to say, which Lightning game is this? Is this Lightning number 7 or 8?
The Walking Dead, inside Activision's gory new shooter. Oh, it's not going to be good. Dead or Alive, Riptide, Terrifying New Zombies. Yep, I played that one. Awesome New Hero. I forgot who the new hero you play in that one. Injustice, DC superheroes in a battle royale. Oh yeah,
man, they were starting battle royale before Fortnite and Players Unknown.
Oh, here's the thing, Daniel, the future. Now we just treat it for granted.
I'm ready.
Smart glass on Xbox.
Oh wow!
Use your iPad.
I could be on the bus
more.
and I could say like drone strike this guy in Ghost Recon for Dominic.
More out of your games for free. And addicted to Minecraft. $4.1 indie games you must play. Are just a copy of Minecraft and they suck.
And they're all on your phone.
Yeah. All right. So what we got next? We got Edge magazine. And Edge has on the front power inside Epic's vision for the next generation of video games. So I'm guessing this may be Unreal 4.
Yeah,
talking about here?
To be right.
Yeah. And I don't know. I just don't remember this guy in the background though.
No, this guy looks like a Diablo-esque villain. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Also, you got head-to-head PS4 versus the next Xbox. Ooh, what's it going to be? We don't even know what the next Xbox was. What we got? Reviews for Dead Space 3, The Cave, Strike Suit Zero, Persona 4 Golden, Sly Cooper and the Thieves in Time. Oh, yeah, the fourth one.
Mm-hmm.
And Proteus. Proteus, what is that?
Proteus sounds familiar, but I'm not visualizing.
I think that's you play as a proctologist. Going after all the prostates in the world. I
feel like, okay, yeah, it's a like super cutesy looking cell shaded game. So it's not cell shaded, it's like flat shaded, I guess, because it doesn't have like outlines around it. It's a game
and
about
Height for
exploration.
Yakuza 5.
What is it? Height?
Yeah, it's his hype for like these games. Yakuza 5, Luigi's Mansion 2, StarCraft 2, Heart of the Swarm. Oh, Dust 514.
Man, Dust 514. Isn't that the like PlayStation thing where you're like part of the bigger battle or something like that?
Yeah, it's part of was it Homeworld or something? Like not Homeworld, no. Oh no, Eve Dust. Eve,
yeah, that's what it is. Okay.
Eve Online.
Yeah, you're like the lowly guy on the ground committing bounties and stuff. Man. Gaming was weird back then.
It was a free-to-play first-person shooter.
Still active.
Did people? Anybody like it? It got 59 out of 100 on Metacritic.
Luigi's Mansion 2 is Dark of the Moon on the 3DS, right? Because then 3 came out on the Switch.
Yeah, it was on 3DS. And did you play that one?
No, I never played that one.
Okay, you never played that one. Okay. All right. So what we got next here? We got Game Informer magazine
with sexy Hugh Jackman on it. Here
Okay. Yes, Hugh Jackman. I had this magazine. This is like before X-Men 2 was coming out. X2, as they call it.
Yeah.
And then the game is called Ruby's Revenge. It's supposed to take place in a time. I don't know what's supposed to take. I don't think it was before. I think it's before the events of X2, but I don't know if it was like far in the past. I think it's supposed to be event. I don't know how it's supposed to be. But the game, I think the game ended up being sucking anyway. That's not even the most important thing of this. The important thing of this is that X-Men Legends RPG was coming out, and that's the start of all those like isometric RPG action games, Marvel to get to Marvel Alliance, and to the latest one we got is Marvel Alliance 3, which I guess it was okay basically, but
that's what it sounded like.
It seemed like it reached its peak at Marvel Alliance 1, really. I think that was a peak, and then because 2 wasn't as good as 1.
I feel like the real lineage was X-Men Destiny. That was the peak.
No, wait a minute. Is Destiny the one where you play the fake characters?
Yeah,
like the fake X-Men.
That's the one made by Dennis Dyack and his crew.
That don't count.
It's a crew of flunkies.
But yeah, X-Men Legends, man, like that was good. Like I was surprised how much I like it, and I would never have tried it. My friend never bought it. Like he went and bought it, and we played that. It was 2-player. We played that together, and that was fun. And I was like, yeah, man, this is cool. And X-Men Legends 2. Oh my God, that was really big. And that was one with Apocalypse, I believe. And that was long. And that came at the same time as DC version of it. And DC's wasn't that good. It was fun, but it wasn't as good. What was DC's
called?
I don't know. What was it called? Heroes? What's it called? Heroes? I forgot what it was called. My friend had that game. Well, he still has it. He like it. Yeah. He has that game. But yeah, these were by Activision. This is Activision had those licenses, man. Now they
DC
really get
Heroes.
very limited. Oh yeah, so it was basic name. But that was the first time I knew who Grodd was.
Oh, okay.
I never knew Grodd because I didn't watch Justice League because I didn't have Cartoon Network. So I didn't know who the hell Grodd was. I thought that was a joke, like a fucking gorilla. Like, why is he so? Then I looked him up, and then people told me like how he is one of the top villains. I was like, what? A fucking gorilla? Now I see why. I said, oh, I was a badass gorilla. What else we got here? First review and strategy guide for Xenosaga. Yes, I needed that. And actually, I think I bought the strategy guide for Xenosaga. I might still got it. Yeah, it might be up here somewhere. Yeah, I should look at it to see that sexy lady robot. All right. Soul Calibur 2 exclusive characters for every system reveal, and I was pissed off because I was like, "Why we got this old man and they get to have Link and Spawn? You could have gave us Spawn 2. You didn't have 2 Spawns and a Link then. Shit."
Link
Even though some fighting fans said Hayachi was the best one, but all I care was style. I don't care about the actual fighting.
And Link was the best. He fit in the best. He was the best. played a shit ton of that game down.
Takahashi was the only one who didn't have a weapon. So his weapon is his
Come on
fists.
now. How dare you?
All right. So what else we got in 2003? We got the unofficial PlayStation magazine. Oh, I forgot to look at the official PlayStation magazine. It might actually be decent.
Unlike this one.
So, I'm going to pick one of these PlayStation magazines, and I'm going to do the official PlayStation magazine this time. And this one has Method Man on the front.
Yeah.
As he talks off Def Jam Vendetta. I did watch that. And I think they had on the demo disc like a video of them, everybody talking about the game and stuff. And I remember watching that, man. Method Man. I saw Red Man. I think Christina Milian.
I was hoping you were going to say Christina Aguilera. I was going to say, God damn, did I not unlock the cheat codes for that?
She was talking in there. And, yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. Cause I was like, oh my God, all these rappers in this game are talking and stuff. And it's like a freaking fighting game. And my boy, I think he ended up getting it. I just borrowed his. Yeah, cause did I get it? Did I get the first? I don't remember. I know I beat it. And I beat the second one, but I don't think I ever had them though. I think my boy ended up getting them. So yeah, man. That game was fun, and I was really waiting for this game because even how it looked, when I was looking at it, I was like, oh man, this game looks good. And plus, I was into EA Big. I was like, oh, EA Big doing it.
Yep, shit was awesome.
What else we got here? We got Geek Out RPG Crazy 3 for 2003 Xenosaga. Yeah, EverQuest. Okay. Dark Cloud 2, yeah. Then you got Hip Hop Wrestling. Oh, Def Jam Vendetta, Hip Hop Wrestling, a match made in heaven. Plus, we played the game with Redman and Noriega. What is he doing now?
Isn't he on that Drink Champs podcast thing that everybody gets in trouble when they go on?
I know what you're talking about. Oh shit!
I think he hosts that.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think he does. Fuck him then. All right. So
my question is, what happened to Capote? They used to be a duo.
Right.
Is he on there too?
Oh, I have no idea. All right, NBA Street Volume 2. Yes, the street party is getting started. See who's invited. The next big thing, Driver 3 revealed. Oh, that's the next big thing, Daniel. Take that, Grand Theft Auto 3. You can't handle this. Plus, Zone of the Ender, second runner. Yep. Man, they had no demo disc with this one, so people were like, I don't care about this shit. Final Fantasy X-2. This is when they went pop on us, went K-pop on us. Final Fantasy, because the intro of that game. Have you ever seen the intro of Final Fantasy X-2?
I don't. Maybe I have.
When they're doing the concert,
yes,
and she's singing, and oh my God, I remember putting that. I felt so embarrassed having that in my PlayStation when I played that game. I was like, what is this? I mean, I like the battle system, but the story and everything else was just horrible. I did not like it. I did not like that shit at all. Cause I was like, where's Tidus? Tidus supposed to come back to life, right? And then it was just a person who looked like Tidus, and it wasn't real. It was
weird.
God, Daniel. I think that's why I started beginning to realize, these Japanese games, maybe they're not that good. And now I'm liking them again. But I wouldn't like Final Fantasy X-2. No, I didn't like that one. That's why I should have stayed. See, I kept thinking Final Fantasy was that was it. They were the guys who set the standard. Now I know that, no, they had lost their way some time ago. I should listen to those nerds who told me that. Because I didn't listen to them. I was some nerds. I forgot. I think where was I? I don't know. I was somewhere, and we were talking about video games, and they used to tell us I don't like the new Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy was good back in the day. I said, whatever, man. Final Fantasy 7 was great. I said Final Fantasy 7 was good, but that's when it was started really changing. And said whatever, guys, y'all idiots. And and they were right, Daniel. I didn't listen to him. All right. Silent Hill 3. That was a big deal. And that was a good game.
Yeah.
Dynasty Warriors 4. Yes, I was really what I was actually. Yeah, I really wanted this one, even though I never ended up buying it. I just stood with 3.
Mm-hmm.
I just keep playing 3. Actually, what was it? What was the in betweens called? Like it'll be 3 and then it'll be 3 blah blah blah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Cause that's what I had. Those are before they had DLC and stuff. That's what they had. Because it'd be basically the same game with more. X-Files, Resist or Serve. I do not remember this. There was an X-Files game that came out on PlayStation, apparently PlayStation 2. So, yep, maybe they'll tell us what happened to Mulder's sister. They probably already did in the show. I just didn't never get to that.
They did in the movie, Dominic. She's dead.
Oh yeah, the movie.
The aliens roasted her and ate her.
Cheat for Grand Theft Auto Vice City and Dragon Ball Z. I guess that's the Budokai game and The Sims. And 1,272 ratings.
Is that just because they have like a list of all the games that they used to rate? And
I think I said that last time.
Next to them or something like that. Okay.
That's what they do. They just have a list. It's just a big list of all the games they rated.
Does it also like reference what issue they reviewed them in so you can go back and find that magazine?
I think only for the big one. I think they go like the list goes and then like big games they have like a little picture next to them. To some of them, but I don't know if they say
on Internet Archive and read one of these old ones.
They might do. It might next to them say like what issue. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised it did. It probably did.
I wonder how like. It must have been impossible to find an old magazine back then, though, right? Like, how do you even go about doing that? They don't have them in the stores anymore. They've ripped the covers off of them and throw them in the trash.
The library. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only place I know.
Library would have stuff like that. That's when I found out the library was cool, Dominic, when they had old video game magazines. And now they got video games.
All right. What we got here? That's it for 2003. So now we go to 1993, 30 years ago, Daniel. I was a wee lad of 7.
I wasn't born yet.
And you wasn't born, whatever. You're 6. All right. So.
Oh, wait, Dominic, did we do? Oh, wait, did I fuck that up?
Yeah. 1993.
Yeah. Wait.
Shit. No. Game Informer.
For 2013, we didn't talk about.
Yeah, we didn't talk about.
That's what it was. Because I was trying to change the link to it because I think it just went to the main page. And then I think that's when we switched the dates. That's a good Bayonetta cover. Anyway. You want to talk about that and then like try and edit it in there?
All right. So. Back to 2013. Totally forgot. We got it mixed up. When we got Game Informer and The Witcher 3 is on the front. This is one of the most anticipated games at the time, especially like most anticipated RPG. Witcher 2 was awesome. It was like a total upgrade from Witcher 1. And they talk of Witcher 3, like big open world and everything that's included, how huge the game was. I mean, like people were really into that, like really wanting that game. I know I did. I definitely did. And it ended up being one of my favorite games of the last generation.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite. And yeah, man, I just couldn't wait. Like there were some bad things at the beginning. I know when the game came out, like there was a few negative things. I forgot what they were though, honestly.
That's how good the game is. Makes you forget about all the bad things.
Because it was something. It was, forget it. I forgot. Yeah, because there was just some issue, but it wasn't like a big deal. But damn. Yeah, whatever. It didn't hurt it. Put it like that. But yeah, that's a nice cover though. I like this cover. Yeah. I'm trying to think who's this person beside him here.
Would that be what's her face?
Is it a woman? Oh darn, I put the Bubsy cover now.
What is that woman's name? Siri?
Oh yeah, that is her. That's Siri, because like they didn't want to show her face.
Is that so that sword?
Makes sense. Well, no, I see her hair.
Oh, okay.
The white hair. she is only one of the person that has white hair, and that's him.
Oh, okay.
that's
Squirrel,
her surrogate
long-lost
father.
brother.
So yeah, so that makes sense. Yes, that'll be Siri.
Okay.
Oh man, I want to play this game again. Gotta stop Tom. I have to stop Tom. All right, so now we can go back to 30 years, and we're going to go to Game Informer again. And this is what I had 30 years ago. This is and how we were talking about how these great franchises, Daniel, that they just seem to die out, and this is one of them. The Bubsy. Everybody loves Bubsy.
Poor man Sonic.
Bubsy, I played the hell out of that game from Blockbuster. I think I borrowed that game twice.
Oh, wow.
Blockbuster. Not twice in a row, but like eventually I said, I'm gonna go back and play some Bubsy.
Yeah.
And go ahead and run and trip like he does. It's like every time I want to. But yeah, Bubsy on the front, Bubsy coming at you in claws and counters of the third kind. And I did not get that reference back then when I was a kid.
No, now you know it's about furries.
Yes, I saw. From Flashback to Viewpoint, our look at innovative animation. They're getting close to Toy Story. So 1993.
I don't know if they were saying that just yet.
Yeah, I was joking.
These are Toy Story level graphics in Flashback.
Winter CES update. What designers have up their sleeves from 1993?
That's when video games were at CES.
And Game Informer's History of Video Games, Part 2, the 8-bit era. Darn, that was that far ago from this. Okay. And Battle It Out in Bomberman 93.
Yeah, now we're talking. Talking about franchises that are dead now. Bomberman.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, Bomberman, they had a recent game, though.
I know, but it was trash.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was trash. Xavier Woods was in it. Good for him, but like it didn't seem good.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about that Bomberman. I was talking about Bomberman that being
the
realistic sometimes. Cause
which one?
It was free. It was free on no, not that one. It was free on Xbox 3, like Xbox One. You got a game of the month. I'm trying to see where it is.
I want another Bomberman 64, Dominic. Put that on the Nintendo Online service.
Yeah, I'm about to say, put that on the
Made me realize how bad it was. Just like Star Fox.
What's it, Super Bomberman R?
I thought that was like the newest one.
Oh yeah, that's the newest online one. No, it was one before that one. Super Bomberman. That was 2017. That's gotta be it, right? Is there another one? I think that's it, Daniel. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's the one.
Super Bomberman R is now free via Games for Gold. That was back in 4 years ago.
I'm not a Bomberman guy, but I mean, Foot seems to like it. He likes Bomberman. He's been playing Bomberman for a while.
Yeah, I think that same one came out on the Switch like more recently. So maybe that's what it is. Super Bomberman R.
All right, so what we got here? Nintendo Power. This is our last one. And we got Tiny Toons on the front.
Yeah.
Buster Bunny and Babs in the back. No relations, as they always say. Because it'll be incest, because we know they're doing it. All right, so Tiny Toon Adventures. Buster Bust Loose. Ooh, snap.
No relation.
Double entendre. Oh, sorry. What else I got up here? Right, that's basically it. I think they got something right here, but it's damn freaking label pocketed.
Pack Watch Winter.
The source for your news strategies is straight from the pros. Blah blah blah. Yeah, something else. But
it's got the official Nintendo seal of quality.
The Buster game was good. Yeah, and people, because people talk about the Tiny Toons like games back then, how good they were. Yeah. And because I remember it was like a big deal when they had like a Tiny Toons game for PlayStation, like in the late PlayStation run. Because it was like, oh, people used to love the Tiny Toons, so they had this. It was so weird though to have Tiny Toon games then, because it was like the show's been gone for a while. I was like, what? Why are you doing Tiny Toons now?
Yeah.
It was like in the late run of the PlayStation, and I didn't get. It was like PlayStation 2 was out, but it was a PlayStation game, and I was like, was this in the making since the beginning of PlayStation? And it's been delayed. It's so
we
long.
finally got to release this game.
Yeah, but that's it. So that's it for the flashback segment. We're gonna take a quick break. When we get back, we'll do the gaming news.
All right,
and we're back. So let's get to the gaming news. What we got, Dan?
All right, Dominic, we got a couple bits of news here. First up, Elden Ring, the DLC expansion for that has finally been announced. I know a lot of people have been, kind of waiting for this to come out, thinking maybe it would come out around one of Jeff Keighley's shows or something. No, instead it comes out via a tweet in the middle of the U.S. night because, Japan. So the Shadow of the Erd Tree, that's what we know so far, and that's basically the extent of what we know so far. We don't know when it's coming, we don't know what it's going to entail, but for a game that was a lot of outlets' game of the year, this is big news, Dominic. What do you think? Any interest in more Elden Ring when you haven't really played much Elden Ring in the first place?
Yeah, my interest is the same as it's always been. So yes, there we go.
Once I get
Make
cheats.
of it as you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. This one I think we are a little more interested in. The Wolf Among Us 2 has been delayed out of 2023.
No!
Yeah.
Why? Why did they show the trailer so early then? Why did they do this to me?
Well, I think their intention was for it to come out this year, but obviously that has fallen through.
I can't play good intentions, Daniel.
Touche, Dominic, touche. Yeah, so allegedly, and this is going to make you happy, Dominic, the reason it was delayed out of 2023 is to avoid crunch.
You know what? Fuck all you people and y'all freaking crunch. See, this is what you did to us. This is what you did to us.
You made us wait 3 more months.
People who really want this game are gonna be dead before this game comes out. They could have played it, Daniel, if it was crunch. But now something's gonna happen, unfortunate accidents happen, or maybe something else like disease or something, and then now they can't play the game. But there was crunch, they would have played it before they died. They would have died happy. Now they're gonna die sad.
Wondering
you
what
think
could have
about
been.
that when you're fighting for people in their workplace, about their health and shit. They should have unions and rights. You think about that.
It's only going to be made worse when it comes out and it's not good. Those people who could have played this game.
No, they wouldn't. It'll be made good. It'd be good enough. It would be made good enough.
You know what Shigeru Miyamoto says, Dominic? A delayed game could be good.
And then those people who have have those problems because of crunch, like stress and stuff, and getting some type of anxiety or whatever, that will be sacrifice that's well warranted. Say you look what you did.
Noble cause.
It's a sacrifice. Yep.
All right, Dominic. Yeah, so that is disappointing to not see that game. We saw that trailer. What feels like, that wasn't just last year, right? That was the year before?
Yeah.
At the Game Awards, I want to say. Yeah, so that's been quite a while, but yeah. Hopefully it'll come out eventually and will be as good as that first one, because I know that
I'll beat it for the 50th time then, the first one.
Here you go, another round of the first one. There you go.
Maybe it's something I didn't do.
I'll give you some time. All right, Dominic, next quick hit we got here. Metroid Fusion is coming to the Game Boy Advanced emulator, the Nintendo Online Collection Expansion Pass, on March 9th, so just a couple of days from now. You will be able to play every Metroid game in the 2D series on the Nintendo Switch. Now, not every iteration.
Zero?
Not every iteration. So you can play Metroid 1, but you can't play Metroid Beyond Zero Mission. Hopefully that wasn't announced as part of like the games that were coming in the future, but it feels like that's a thing they got to do at some point on the Switch online service. hopefully they'll pump these games out that they already announced pretty quickly and, then move on to some ones they didn't talk about. Because they talked about a lot of games. I hope their pace quickens up a little bit, one game every like 2 weeks or so or something like that. Because this whole like one game a month when they were doing the 64 stuff is just not cutting it, Dominic.
No, it's not cutting it.
So, especially now that they have more consoles to fill out a little bit. So, you need Bomberman 64, Dominic. That's all I'm saying. And, all right. So the kind of big thing we got here this week, it's not really much news for us, it feels like, but it'll relate eventually.
I didn't even know there was a Pokemon Direct.
Yeah, there's a Pokemon Presents thing this week. Kind of the big stuff that came out of it is there's Pokemon Card Game Classic, which harkens back to like the days of the first gen cards that came out when we were younger, in this very nice elaborate game like setup. It comes with a board and all the pieces and whatnot.
Oh, like a physical one.
Yeah, the physical one. It seems like this thing is going to be like collector's class, trees. Way too expensive.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
We ain't going digital. Fuck the trees.
Exactly. There's going to be a new Pokemon series on Netflix. It's going to be like stop motion animation looking thing. It's called Pokemon Concierge. It
should be NFTs, Daniel. Pokemon card game NFT.
Don't
edition.
give them ideas, Dominic. Fucking Funko Pop does NFTs, and it just seems like the worst thing in the world. Yeah, I hate it. I hate NFTs, Dominic. Just because, like, it just makes collecting harder. And, like, why can't people just get the things they like? Why do you got to make it scarce and, like, drive up prices and stuff? Like, it's just frustrating.
I want to feel better as somebody. Somebody has to have to feel better that I have this.
Yeah,
as somebody
that's
else.
Exactly what it is. All right. Next up, they just did a thing with like Pokemon Unite, Pokemon Cafe, Pokemon Masters. Those are all the kind of like spin-off games. They're getting updates. Pokemon Unite is getting the Sword Dog from Sword and Shield as one of the playable characters. Cafe is getting some new characters, and Masters is getting some new
dishes at least.
Masters. I don't know, because I don't know how that cafe thing works. That's just like that matchy game. So
get some soul food in there, and I'll get it.
Okay, we'll keep an eye out for that, Dominic. I'll let you know. Pokemon Sleep, Dominic. I think we had like heard tell of this in the past,
yes,
but this is coming out this year now. Basically, it's an app on your phone. Like what's that?
So you put Pokemon in your dreams.
Yep. Yeah, it projects Pokemon into your dreams. It makes them sleep next to you. Yeah, basically, it's like one of these sleep tracking apps, but it's like there's a Snorlax and a professor that's doing Pokemon sleep research, and it's gonna listen to your sleep, and then it's gonna like analyze that, and then Pokemon that match your sleep will appear around the Snorlax, and you'll be able to catch different Pokemon if you have different sleep. And it's just the weirdest thing. Like, what is the Pokemon company doing with this data is what I want to know. Because first they're like doing this teeth brushing thing. Now they're doing the sleep thing. Like, I understand when like Amazon and Google are trying to get that kind of data out of me, but like, what is the Pokemon company or even Nintendo doing with this kind of information? I don't know that I like that, Dominic. At the same time, I am interested in how I sleep because I think it's very badly. And maybe the Pokemon app is going to tell me that I
maybe
need
you go to a doctor.
What's that?
Maybe just go to a doctor.
Why would I go to a doctor when I can have Snorlax tell me that I need a sleep apnea machine?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you can't prescribe one. You still have to go to the doctor anyway.
Oh, God damn it.
Still got to go through the same process.
Why can't I just get that over the counter, Dominic? How dare them? All right. Yeah, so they're doing that. Along with that, they're doing this Pokemon Go Plus Plus device, which I think the Pokemon Go Plus device was the thing previously that you like clipped on your clothes and it automatically did the Pokemon Go stuff instead of having to have your phone out to like stop at Pokestops and whatnot. Now
exactly.
this
Just
does
having
that.
that's just weird. Like just having little devices to
so I don't have
play
to
the game itself. Like don't even look at it ever again. Just have it play and just know that's doing something.
Yep.
And
it's like those clicker games, Dominic. That's exactly what it is. But this one I think also tracks your sleep. So I don't know if you're going to use the Pokemon Sleep app. I don't know if this is like the direction to go. That way you don't have to have your phone running all night. I don't know if that is how that works necessarily, but there's like a Pikachu trapped inside of it and he talks to you and he has different alarms and stuff. I don't know. It seems like they're just, trying to corner the market on silly alarm things that are somehow tethered to your phone. So they did that stuff, and then they got into the kind of meat and potatoes, the stuff that people were there for. Scarlet and Violet is getting a expansion just the same way Sword and Shield did, split into 2 parts. It's going
Did
to
Arceus get one?
I don't think so. I don't think Arceus did, because by the time they would have did DLC, that the Scarlet and Violet were coming out, so they probably were just like, I don't give a shit about that game. I think that game was like, they didn't expect it to be much, and then it evolved into like a bigger thing, and they were like, oh, well, we're still just going to put it out the same year as we're putting out a full version of this game that ends up being worse than it somehow. I say that, but like people do really like that game, but it just seems it's like such a mess.
They're just horrible people, Daniel. That's what I say.
Yeah. But yeah, so this DLC is going to be called The Hidden Treasure of Area Zero, and it's going to be split into 2 sections. Coming in fall 2023 is the Teal Mask, and that's going to have 1 like legendary Pokemon, and then there's going to be the Indigo Disc that comes in winter of 2023. It's going to have another legendary Pokemon. That one's going to be like a turtle, like a world tree turtle looking kind of thing almost.
And these things can do like the other Pokemon can, fly or drive.
You know what? I don't know about that, because neither of them look like they're like transportation Pokemon. So I'm going to go with probably not. So you still got to keep your motorcycle around.
Like a Pokecopter or something.
Oh my God. If like the top of the shell of the turtle just popped up and became like blades of a helicopter. Now you're really selling me on this, Dominic. Yeah, so they're doing that, of course, instead of like a third game or something. They're just going in the direction of that. They also talked about adding Pokemon Home connectivity, which is like how you get Pokemon from your Pokemon Go game into a modern Pokemon game, or how you used to be able to like transfer your Pokemon from like old games. I don't think you can do that stuff much anymore though. But the kind of like ancillary news that came out of this is, before this Pokemon Presents happened, there was a post on 4chan that basically outlined exactly what was going to take place in this Pokemon Presents. Allegedly, the person that posted that is someone that works as like an outside developer on Pokemon, and they are alleging that they are working on this DLC to be compatible or run in a better way on a next version of the Switch. And it sounds like they had posted a second follow-up to that saying like, no, it's not just like, a different version of the Switch. It's like new hardware. So here we are again, Dominic, the Switch Pro, Switch 2 hardware rumors rear their ugly heads again. How likely do you think it could be that, we're saying winter 2023 for the second DLC. Let's push that out to like winter 2024, but like early winter, beginning of 2024. How likely do you think it's going to be that we could see some Switch hardware that soon?
Maybe. I mean, I just feel like I wouldn't be surprised if it happened now. Because, I mean, Nintendo, they seem like they're known to do that. Like, they'll show something coming and then it'll be pretty soon.
Yeah. I think with one of the things I was listening to, they were talking about like the Switch debut. It was like from the announcement of the Switch 2 release was 5 months.
So I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, like I hope so, but then again, I hope it's something that's worth getting too.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing, worth getting as in that it's not just the games, because that's the only place I can play those games. Right. I wanted something more than that, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want this to be like almost comparable to a Steam Deck. Yeah, I mean, maybe won't be as powerful as the most powerful Steam Deck or something.
I don't know. I almost want it to be more powerful than a Steam Deck, because at this point the Steam Deck's old hardware. But I don't know what they could. I don't know if they could pull that off, because I mean, like, you look at the Steam Deck and that thing's a fucking behemoth. Like, if they're still trying to fit into the market that they currently are in, where they're like trying to convince people that the Switch is a portable device, which, I mean, some people do. You know, it's I can't say that. You can throw it in a backpack, but like, that Steam Deck seems ginormous, and if that's what's required to have that kind of power in it, maybe they just can't. Although with like the advancements in DLSS and stuff, I wonder if that'll help them put on graphics that are, you know, comparable, basically.
Yeah, that's really what it is. I just wanted to be that those games that were slowed down on a Switch, they're playing like smooth, like so smooth. And then, I mean, I would like you to be able to play some of the games that the third parties have come out these other consoles. But even if you're like slightly underpowered than them, it's just that I just want it to be easy access into getting games, and games coming out smooth. And thing is, I know you're not going to go down in price for games, which that sucks. But if the games graphically are running so great, and it's easy to access games, it's easy to go through, like, to buy games, because like even the home, like, think about it, how when I was talking about how that's at home, the eShop home, whatever it's called, how when I first got a Switch, how simple it was to move around the store. And I was like, man, it's so simple, because it wasn't that many games, but it was running, but it also was smooth to get through.
It
Every
takes so
time I
much
go to the
longer to
eShop
load
thing,
now.
man, that thing takes time to load.
Yep.
And to get places. Sometimes. Yeah, and I'm like, good God. Like, I just want, like, those simple, and it's not like it's doing much. I mean, as compared to other shops.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't show a lot.
You don't have moving graphics in a lot of ways like you do on, like, PlayStation Store and stuff like that.
So, like, you shouldn't be running like this, man.
That is Nintendo struggling with infrastructure still, I feel like.
And I also want, like, with the N64 classic games and Super Nintendo classic games and stuff like that, like, I want more games, man. Yeah. I want more games. And
that shit needs to stick around. Like, we can't start over again. Like,
no.
We had, like, think about that, Dominic. We had the Virtual Console where people literally bought those games. And here we are on the Switch where they literally went back, took everybody's ability to play those games away, and then now we're wrapping them up in a subscription thing. Like, that is so trash. Oh, but they're so good, Dominic. Those games are so good that they get us every time. Even though everybody, literally, I don't want to say literally, the majority of the people on the planet that have some sort of modern smartphone can run like 99% of the games that they want to play on their phone.
Yeah.
Think about how much money Nintendo could make if they just sold these games on phones. Like, or even as a subscription model. We've talked about it a million times, but like in the Netflix of video games, right?
Which, it must be an economy balance thing here. Like,
maybe
if we do this, we will break, the economy will break, and then the
productivity levels will go to zero.
The economy, Yeah, and then or like some kind of god would come up and say, "Oh, this is wrong," and just start chaos and shit happening around.
This is what overindulgence is everyone being able to play Super Nintendo games anytime they want. Yeah, we got to wait for the Tesla robot to take over before we can just play Super Nintendo games for the rest of our lives. Yeah, because like the idea of having like just a subscription model of like, and you can play them anywhere. You can play them on your phone. You can play them on your phone with a Bluetooth controller. You can play them on an Xbox. I don't care. Just give us a monthly fee. You can play it on the Switch. You can play it on your PC. You can play it in bed. You can play it on the bus. It doesn't matter. Just all of these old games that we aren't doing anything else with. We just want to make a little money out of you. And we could, but they don't. So I don't get it. Anyway, so yeah. Switch to Electric Boogaloo. I just wonder, Nintendo has come up with relatively wacky concepts for the past couple of consoles now, and I wonder if they feel like they need to continue that, or if they feel like they don't need to continue that, and they just continue down the Switch form factor. I don't know that we ever see a home console separate from a portable console for Nintendo ever again. And I am perfectly happy with that, because we saw with the Switch, like, how many games they can actually pump out when they're focusing on one piece of hardware, as opposed to dividing their teams between a Game Boy or a DS or what have you, and their home console. And I've been pretty satisfied with that. I don't know about everybody else, but like, you know, to see things like Fire Emblem on there, but also Mario and Zelda and Metroids and a 2D Metroid, you know?
Yeah.
I appreciate the fact that they also understand, you know, Link's Awakening even. They don't have to make everything on their console into a 3D spectacular just because it has the ability to run that. They can also still harken back to those old days, the old game design of like a 2D Metroid, a Metroidvania, if you will, you know, that kind of thing. So I still support the Nintendo ethos to a bit, but you know, sometimes it's hard to agree with all of their decisions. So
yeah.
So we shall see what a new piece of hardware looks like from them. I would think I would be one of the people first in line to want one of those things more so than I have like the Xbox and the new PlayStation and whatnot, because they typically do something different. The reality is they just offer something different, right? And that something different is Nintendo games. And until I can play those elsewhere, that me wanting a piece of Nintendo hardware is directly tied to that. Yeah. So, anything else for the week, Dominic? Did you see any news that maybe interested you?
No, I'm good, man.
All right. So we'll go into new releases here real quick, Dominic. We got Wo Long and the Fallen Dynasty. That's now out on the PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S. Part of Game Pass also. And yeah, if you are into Koei Tecmo Dark Souls, you can check that game out. And then we have Destiny 2 Lightfall, the latest expansion for Destiny 2. That's out on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series. The only review I saw, and I told you about this, is IGN's review in progress, which gave it a 5 and sounded pretty disappointed. But also, like, the first raid for that game is not out yet. That comes out, I think, March 10th. So a couple of days from now. Yeah, I don't know. Destiny 2 seems like they had really turned it around, and hopefully, you know, with this raid stuff, they'll turn it around from the initial early impressions of this. But what do you think is Destiny's future, Dominic? I don't know. Do you have any interest in going back to this game at this point?
No, I don't. Like, I wanted to. It was just, I don't know. Yeah, I would have to go in with somebody. Yeah. I can't go in by myself.
Because you had revisited it not that long ago, right? Like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
now?
I think. Yeah, maybe 2 years, 3 years ago, and it's just so much stuff in the game, man.
Yeah.
Like to get through. I don't even know how to start.
Yeah, I think I read Jeff Gerstmann's impressions on it as well, and he seemed kind of like this was maybe the breaking point for him as someone that was actually interested in Destiny, and was kind of like, well, like it's not very like friendly to people that just want to come back in, kind of ingest the content that they're adding, and then, you know, dip back out. It seems like it's something they want you to invest in, and if you're not willing to make that investment in time for this game, then maybe it's not for you, you know. So.
Oh yeah, but the Long Fallen Dynasty, I did play that game. I just played very little of it, but it is like a Destiny. I mean, I said Destiny. A Dark Souls-ish game, and a Souls game, somewhat. And I mean, in a lot of ways, it is Sekiro or something like that. But with like Dynasty Warriors elements mixed in, basically the Three Kingdoms kind of war stuff mixed in with some mystical, dark, like zombie shit mixed in. Just because I guess a Souls game, you have to have that. It has to be with some dead. The dead has to be in there and shit like that.
Dead have to rise.
And it has to look gloomy. Like it has to look gloomy and boring. And so, man, and like I like playing it. It's so far it's easier than what I did in Destiny. But I mean, you still like after like 2 hits or something, I think I died. But it has like it feels, I don't know, like playing it, like the controls just feels better than what I did in Destiny. It doesn't feel too obtuse to the point where
Dark Souls
it's hard, but it's still like where you go to places, you plant this flag or something for, that's basically the what's it called where you save at in Destiny, the bonfire,
bonfire
or whatever.
Yep.
So that's basically what that is. And if you die, you can get your stuff back to kill the guy that killed you. Like, and then when you go back to the bonfire, everybody comes back to life, even though you already killed them. They still do the same shit, and it's just annoying. Because, like, I killed them. I just want to go back and kill the guy that killed me.
Right.
So you tell me I have to go through them, and I'm saying, like, I mean, that's part of that game. I mean, that's what part of people, I guess they like it, but to me, it's just freaking annoying. And being the battle stuff, like, I don't mind you being hard, but I like being hard and fast. I don't like hard and slow.
Yeah.
And I have to take time to move out the way and stuff, and then hit you, and then move out the way and stuff, and like block and
calculating.
Like I want to be like I dodge, I hit you, dodge. Like I can still time it while I hit you, dodge and whatever at the same time, and like just keep moving and like just keep moving, keep press a button or something like that. Like kind of like how Devil May Cry is, or something like that. I like that kind of type, but like a stylish, but it can still be very hard. But yeah, this I don't like that. I think that's what it is with like Destiny or I said Destiny. You said Destiny. Dark Souls.
Yeah. And
those games, it's just that's what it is. It's like it's boring, and then it looks boring, so it just really it don't keep my interest.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But at least this story is easy to follow, and like it just seems like it feels like a more straightforward story than how Souls games are, where you probably have to read stuff to really understand what the hell's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I'm thinking, if you don't read anything in that game, I don't think there is a story to that game. Because I don't know any like really big cutscenes in those Souls, especially when I played Souls 1. I don't remember any big like cutscenes to say like, oh, blah blah blah. This guy's
you got to read the item descriptions, Dominic. That's where all the story is.
That's what I'm saying.
You got to infer
I think
it.
you just would never know the story.
Yep. Got to get George R.R. Martin to write your item descriptions.
All right, so that's all I got, man. I got nothing else to say.
All right. Well, in that case, we will wrap this up. Thank you guys, as always, for listening. You can check us out on Twitter. Dominic's at DStallworth5. I'm at Regulus MB. The podcast is at Superpod, SUPAPOD. Supod.com is the website. You can check us out there. It has all of our previous podcasts, as well as links to all the places you can find us, including YouTube, where there's a video version of this podcast, as well as iTunes, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other places you can find podcasts. Until next time, guys, talk to you later.
All right, see ya.